Welcome to All Books, Audiobooks, The 40 Rules of Love. Shams, burdened with loneliness, all fast asleep in separate dreams, were more than a dozen weary travelers upstairs at the inn. I stepped over bare feet and hands to reach my empty bedroll that reeked of sweat and mold. I lay there in the dark, mulling over the day's event and reflecting on any divine signs I might have witnessed, but in my haste or ignorance, failed to appreciate. Since I was a boy, I had received visions and heard voices. I always talked to God, and He always responded. Some days, I ascended all the way up to the seventh sky as light as I whispered. Then I descended into the deepest pit of the earth, suffused with smells of soil, hidden away like a rock buried under mighty oaks and swift chestnuts. Every so often, I lost my appetite for food and went without eating for days on end. None of these things scared me, though in time I had learned not to mention them to others. Human beings tended to dispraise what they could not comprehend. I had learned that firsthand. The first person to misjudge my vision was my father. I must have been 10 years old when I started seeing my guardian angel on a daily basis and was naive enough to think that everyone else did as well. One day, while my father was teaching me how to build a carriage chest so that I could become a carpenter like him, I told him about my guardian angel. "You have a wild imagination, son," my father said dryly, "and you better keep it to yourself. We don't want to upset the villagers again." A few days before, the neighbors had complained about me to my parents, accusing me of acting strange and scaring their kids. "I don't understand your ways, my son. Why can't you accept that you are no more remarkable than your parents?" my father asked. "Every child takes after his father and mother. So have you." That was when I realized that although I loved my parents and craved their love, they were strangers to me. "Father, I am from a different egg than your other child. Think of me as a duckling raised by hens. I am not a domestic bird destined to spend his life in a chicken coop. The water that kills you rejuvenates me, for unlike you, I can swim, and swim I shall. The ocean is my home. If you are with me, come to the ocean. If not, stop interfering with me and go back to the chicken coop." My father's eyes grew large, then small and distant. "If this is the way you talk to your father now," he said gravely, "I wonder how you will address your enemies when you grow up." Much to the chagrin of my parents, the vision did not disappear as I got older. If anything, they became more intense and gripping. I knew I made my parents nervous, and I felt guilty for upsetting them so. But the truth is, I did not know how to end the vision, and even if I had, I don't think I would have. Before long, I left my house for good. Since then, the breeze has become a smooth, sweet word, so fine and light that it melts on my tongue. 3 scents accompany my memories of this place: cutwood, poppy seed bread, and the soft, crisp smell of snow. I have been a wandering dervish ever since, not sleeping in the same place more than once, not eating out of the same bowl twice in a row, every day seeing different faces around me. When hungry, I earn a few coins by interrupting dreams. In this state, I roam east and west, searching for God high and low. I hunt everywhere for a life worth living and a knowledge worth knowing. Having roots nowhere, I have everywhere to go. During my travels, I have taken all sorts of roads, from popular trade routes to forgotten tracks where you would not run into a soul for days on end. From the coast of the Black Sea to the cities of Persia, from the vast steppes of Central Asia to the sand dunes of Arabia, I have passed through thick forests, flat grasslands, and deserts, sojourned at caravan cities and hostels, consulted with the learned man in age-old libraries, listened to tutors teaching little children with math tab, discussed tafsir and logic with students in madrasa, visited temples, monasteries, and shrines, meditated with hermits in their caves, performed zikr with dervishes, fasted with sages, and dined with heretics. dance with shams under the full moon. Come to know people of all faiths, ages and professions, and witnessed misfortunes and miracles alike. I have seen poverty-stricken villages, fields blackened by fire, and plundered towns where the rivers ran red and there were no men left alive above the age of 10. I have seen the worst and the best in humanity. Nothing surprises me anymore. As I went through all these experiences, I began to compile a list that was not written down in any book, only inscribed in my soul. This personal list I call the basic principle of the itinerant mystics of Islam. To me, these were as universal, dependable, and invariable as the laws of nature. Together, they constituted the 40 rules of the religion of love, which could be attained through love and love only. And one of those rules said, the path to the truth is a labor of the heart, not of the head. Make your heart your primary guide, not your mind. Meet, challenge, and ultimately prevail over your nerves with your heart. Knowing your ego will lead you to the knowledge of God. It had taken me years to finish working on these rules. All 40 of them, and now that I was done, and now that I was done, and now that I was done. Lately, I had been having many visions in this direction. It wasn't death that worried me, for I did not see it as an end, but dying without leaving a legacy behind. There were many words piled up inside my chest, stories waiting to be told. I wanted to hand all this knowledge to one other person, neither a master nor a disciple. I sought an equal, a companion, God. I whispered into the dark, damp room. All my life I traveled the world and followed the path. I saw every person as an open book, a walking Quran. I stayed away from the ivory towers of scholars, preferring to spend time with outcasts, expatriates, and exiles. Now I am bursting. Help me to hand the wisdom to the right person. Then thou can do with me as thou wish. Before my eyes, the room was showered with a light so bright that the faces of the travelers in their beds turned lurid blue. The air inside smelled fresh and alive, as if all the windows had been pushed open. An gusty window brought in the scent of lilies and jasmine from faraway gardens. Go to Baghdad, fluted my guardian angel in a sing-song voice. What is awaiting me in Baghdad? I asked. You pray for a companion, and a companion you will be given. In Baghdad, you will find the master who will point you in the right direction. Tears of gratitude welled up in my eyes. Now I knew that the man in my vision was no other than my spiritual companion. Sooner or later, we were destined to meet, and when we did, I will learn why his kind hazel eyes were eternally sad and how I came to be murdered on an early spring night. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel.